Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's first Python tutorial video, I'm going to show you how to open idle and go ahead and open up a text editor, which is where you will do all of your coding. And we're going to name the text editor and create a couple basic programs that are a little fun. So this is a good starting point for you, and I hope you enjoy. So first thing you want to do is go ahead and open up idle. I went ahead and created a shortcut on my screen right here. You may have it in here saved in your current programs, so you may have to open it that way. So let's open it up. Okay. Once it's open, to open up a blank text editor, you're going to go ahead and go to File. You're going to go to New. And click that. So as you can see, it opens up a new untitled text editor. Okay. And the first program that we're actually going to do is we're going to create a small computer program, and that asks you what your name is, and we'll give a response whenever you type in your name. So to do this, and I've already created the code, so I'm going to go ahead and highlight this. I'm going to copy it over and paste it in. Let's get rid of that. And as you can see, the code is the hashtag yourname.py, and all this is called a comment. So with Python, it uses the hash symbol to comment out lines. And just so you understand that this is common to all programming languages, okay? They have something called comments, and they're used for various reasons. A lot of them are used as notes, reminders, and for instance, the program name right here, so you actually know what the name of the program is. And this is just for reference purposes. Now, as you get more into a professional life later on, and if you have anything to do with coding, then you will come to know that comments come in various forms. Some use a single quote to comment out, and some use hash symbols. There's other programs that use other things. And oftentimes with professional programming, they use comments to explain what they're doing and a lot of the logic that's going into the code. So it's really good etiquette to get in the habit of always adding really good comments, so that you can look at a program and you can tell what it's actually going to do. Oftentimes I've seen some really bad code where someone did not add comments, and they may change up the programming language that you're using for whatever reason. It could be better at math or long names, and they'll change up the code and they never put a comment in. And oftentimes really good coders, they put comments in, they put dates, they put their name, who all actually changed the code. That way you know exactly what that new code is doing. So again, it is good to go ahead and get in the habit of being sure that you add in really good comments. Okay, so back to this program. This is a very simple program. It's going to have you type in your name. It's going to ask you what your name is. And then once you type in your name, it is going to print something. Okay, so with this code typed in, and basically if you look at the format of this code, you're giving it a variable name. So name equals input, and that's going to be your variable. And what is your name? Okay, and right here it's going to tell you to print hi, and then whatever the person enters their name as. Right here, it's telling it to output that person's name that they keyed in. So to run this, you're going to go ahead and go up here to run. Okay, this is our first time running it, so we're going to click run. It's going to tell you that you need to save it first. Okay, and what we're going to want to do is hit OK. It's going to bring up your dialog box to browse to a location to save it. For this purpose, we're going to save it at our desktop because it's for easy access. You're going to go ahead and type in, let's go ahead and name it your name. And .py means it's a Python program. So this is going to be where you name it. And you want to make sure that you name it really well, because that's going to be your program name that you see on your desktop right here. So let's go ahead and save it. It is a Python file. Go ahead and hit save. And there you go. Okay, it saved it right here. All right, so we ran it. Once you save it, it actually goes ahead and runs the file or the program. Type in your name, hit enter, and as you can see, the output is hi Jason. Okay, so there we go. And that is a basic, simple program. Let's go ahead and close this up. Let's go back to this. Now let's edit this a little bit. Let's go ahead and make this a little better. So let me go see what I added in here for testing. Let's do this. Okay. And all I'm going to do is change the print output line here and make it a little better. Okay. Let's paste that. All I'm doing is copy and pasting and changing the line. Okay. You would actually go ahead and type in everything. So at this time, go ahead and key in print, open parentheses, quote, hello, comma, to close off that part of the text, quotes, then your comma again, and then you're going to put your variable name. All this is going to do is print the name many times. So let's go ahead and hit that, do run. Now we've made changes, so it's asking us to save it. You hit OK. Okay, and it goes ahead and runs. Now, of course, it's saving everything to our program. Right here, we're going to go ahead and type in the name again and hit enter, and there you go. It just prints it out multiple times. Okay, and it is that simple. That is one of the simpler programs. And again, you know, with Python, it can get really complicated, so this is just starting us out. So if you look down here, this is good for troubleshooting. You can see what line it's on and everything. And that is easy to kind of locate a problem. Now let's show you if there is a problem. So let's go ahead and take out this right here. Let's take out that, okay? Go ahead and run it. It's going to ask us to save it since we changed it. Save it, and we're going to get an error. A syntax error, okay? Now when you see this, that means that there's a problem. And it's telling you that there's a problem on this line. This is the beauty of new compilers or text editors. Really comes in handy and kind of lets you know where the problem exists. So right here, we definitely know there's a problem with this line. Okay, so we go ahead and hit OK. And we can come back up here and edit it. And you really got to look at it and figure out what's going wrong with it. And we know that our quotes are out. So we'll hit that. Add that back in. Go to run. And we'll have to save it again since we made changes. Hit OK. Go ahead and type in the name and enter, and of course it works. Okay, simple enough. Okay, so let's close this out, and we're going to close this out. Okay, let's go ahead and open up idle again. We're going to create a new program, and again we're going to go and do file, new file. Okay, and for this one, we're going to make something called an ad lib. If you know what an ad lib is, then you know they're pretty fun to do, but we're going to make a computer program that helps us do this. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to copy code since I already have it typed out. You're going to want to type everything. Okay, just to help speed things up, I went ahead and keyed it out for this lesson. And you're going to name it. Again, you got your hash. You're going to name it, and then you're going to .py for Python program. So what we're going to do is we're going to have it call for an input of an adjective, and you can give it whatever label name that you want, whatever question. You can tell it right here, please enter an adjective. Okay, make sure you leave your space, then your quote, then close your parentheses. Right here, you're going to enter a noun. You put equals your input. Okay, so we're telling it again that the user needs to input something. And right here, you're going to put please enter a noun or an noun. Let's change that. I'm going to get rid of that. We're going to go with a. Sounds a lot better. Okay. Right here, you're going to enter a verb. Okay. Input. And we chose a verb ending with ed, such as jumped, hopped. Okay. And right here, I added this. I like this just to test it out. We're going to go with location. And we're going to have the person put in a location. So please enter a location that you like, such as mountains or sky or house or school. All right. And right here is we're going to have it print the name of your program. Okay. That way it gives it a title. And then we're going to have it print this statement right here. And it's going to add in all of your entries. So your entry for adjective, because we called you to enter in an input for an adjective. We called you to enter in an input for a noun, a verb. And then this is the rest of the standard text that is going to present when it's displayed. And then we added your location in at the end. And of course, right here we had to add a period, so we had to put it back into quotes because that's text that we're going to display. And the same here. If you notice, there's quotes, and there's quotes here, and then you have your comma before your actual variable name. Okay? So, let's go ahead and run this. And again, we're going to have to name it. So make sure you remember the name of your program, or you can simply copy it. Let's go ahead and do run. We're going to run the module. And of course, it tells you it must be saved. Hit OK. And again, we're going to save it to desktop. Right here, we're going to name it. And just so you know, copy and pasting the way that I'm doing it will be very beneficial. If you get used to it, it's going to save you a lot of time keying out these codes. Okay, so again, we saved it. We're going to save it to desktop. Hit save, and again, it runs. So it's asking us to please enter our adjective. We're going to type in red. Hit enter. Please enter a noun. We're going to say lady. Hit enter. And let's say jumped. Jumped. Enter. And let's say mountain. And hit enter. And of course, this is where it prints your output. So your crazy ad-libs. The red lady jumped on top of the big pink mountain. And of course, that's where my text right here. That's the standard text that I had it present as output. And then it added in my variable for location. And of course, the adjective, noun, and verb. And this is the output that you get. Very simple. A good first start to start practicing. Once you're done, you can close it. And we'll close this. And of course, you have your two programs here that you can play around with. If you want, you can simply, if you want to change things in them and play around, then you can simply right click and go down to edit with idle. Select that, and it's going to bring up your code so you can go through and modify it how you see fit. And you would just run it the same way that you have been running it. Okay, let's close that. And just so you know, if you double click on them, it's going to open up a command prompt so you can run your program this way as well. And it runs the exact same way as though you're running it from the editor. All right. Well, that is going to be it for this lesson. Again, go ahead and play around with them. I hope that you found this useful. I hope you continue on trying to learn more Python. And have a good night.